Hi everyone, welcome back to another maths measurement video. Last time we were looking at measurement with household objects, but today we're going to be doing some adding and subtracting of different measurements, including millimeters, centimeters and meters. Before I show you any questions, I just want to show you how to do some conversion when you're using measurement. So first of all, if you're converting meters into centimeters, you need to times by 100. Because there's 100 centimeters in a meter. If you're converting centimeters into millimeters, you need to times it by 10, because there are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. And if you're doing them the other way round, all you need to do is divide instead of times. So if you're converting millimeters into centimeters, instead of timesing by 10, you need to divide by 10. And if you're converting centimeters into meters, instead of the other way around, you need to divide by 100. Now, I'm not going to show you how to convert millimeters into meters or meters into millimeters, because if you have a question with both of those, the best thing to do is to convert them both into centimeters. Because if you're trying to convert them into one of the other ones, it would take you a longer time. And you would need to do timesing and dividing by 1,000, and that takes a little bit too long. Okay, so the first question that I'm going to do is when both of the numbers are the same unit of measurement. So both of these numbers have centimeters as their unit of measurement. Okay, so I've got 13 centimeters and 23 centimeters, which means I can solve this just like I would solve any other addition problem. So I'm going to use column addition. And I'm going to write 13 plus 23. So you always add your ones first. So I've got 3 plus 3, which makes 6. And then I've got 1, add 2, which makes 3. Which means 13 centimeters add 23 centimeters makes 36. Now, every time you write your answer, you need to remember to write your unit of measurement as well. So 23 and 13 makes 36 centimeters. Now, the next question, I can see that I've got two different units of measurement. So I've got 180 millimeters and 6 centimeters, which means to make the question easier, I'll need to convert one of them. So I'm going to convert my 180 millimeters into centimeters because I think that'll be easier. Now I know that in 1 centimeter there are 10 millimeters. So that means that I need to divide 180 by 10. So if I've got 180, and I divide it by 10, all I need to think about is what is 18 times 10, because I can see that there's a 0 on the end here. So I know that 18 times 10 is 180, which means 180 divided by 10 is 18. Because I'm just doing the inverse. Okay, so that means that instead of 180 millimeters, I've got 18 centimeters. So all I need to do is 18 take away 6. So I'm going to quickly write it like this. 18 take away 6. Now I should draw that under my ones because that's where it should be. Okay, so I've got 18 take away 6. 8 take away 6 is 2. And I can't take away the 1 from anything, so I'm just going to leave that there. Which means that 18 take away 6 is 12. Okay, now my next question has meters and centimeters. So 4.5 meters plus 230 centimeters. So I want to convert my meters to centimeters now. And to do that, I need to know how many centimeters are in a meter. So you should know that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter, which means that if I want to convert this to centimeters, I need to times my number by 100. So I've got 4.5 times 100. Now, when you have a decimal point, all you need to do is move it to the right. Now I'm timesing by 100, which means I need to move it to the right twice. Now if I've got 4.5, if I moved it once, it would be here, which makes my number 45. And because I don't have any numbers here, instead of moving it again, well, I'm going to move it, but I'm going to add a 0 because I'm timesing, which means I need to add a 0 on. So instead of 4.5 now, when I times it by 100, I get 450. So 4.5 meters is 450 centimeters. So now I need to do 450 centimeters plus 230. So I'm going to do that here now using column addition. So I've got 450 plus 230. So I'm going to start with my ones, which is 0 at 0, which makes 0. 5 add 3 makes 8. And 4 and 2, which makes 6. So my answer is 680 centimeters. Always remember to write your unit of measurement in your answers. Now this question, I've got 1,200 millimeters plus 3.1 meters. So I don't have any centimeters, but because meters are bigger than centimeters and millimeters are smaller, I'm going to convert both of them to centimeters because that'll be the easiest way. So let's convert my 1,200 millimeters into centimeters first. So before I do it, I'm just going to write down how many millimeters are in a centimeter and how many centimeters are in a meter. So there are 10 millimeters in a centimeter, and there are 100 centimeters in a meter. Okay, so that means if I'm converting my millimeters into centimeters, I need to divide it by 10. And if I'm turning meters into centimeters, I need to times it by 100. So let's do this one first. So I need to do 1,200 divided by 10. So I've got 1,200 divided by 10. So when you've got lots of zeros on the end, it's really easy to divide by 10 or 100 because all you need to do is take away your 0. So I've got 1,200, and if I'm dividing it by 10, I just need to take away one of the zeros, which means 1,200 millimeters, if I take that 0 away, is 120 centimeters. So I've got that now. I'm going to write that over here, so I'm ready for my column addition. And now I need to convert my 3.1 meters into centimeters. So I'm going to write that, 3.1, And because I'm converting from meters into centimeters, I need to times by 100. So remember, I need to move my decimal point. If I've got 3.1 over here, and I move the decimal point one time, that would give me 31, but I want to move it again. But since there's no number, instead of moving it, I'm going to add a 0. So that means that 3.1 meters into centimeters is 310. So now if I add it to my column addition, I can put it underneath, 310, and I can add it up. So I always add my ones first. I've got 0 add 0, which makes another 0. 2 plus 1, which makes 3. And 1 plus 3, which makes 4. So to my answer over here, 1,200 millimeters plus 3.1 meters is 430 centimeters. Now, if you want to write this as meters or millimeters, you can. So if I look at my number, I just need to do the opposite of what I've done here to find out what it would be in millimeters or meters. So if I want this answer in millimeters, I need to do the opposite of what I've done here. So instead of dividing by 10, I would times it by 10. So 430 into millimeters would be 4,300. And 430 centimeters into meters, I need to do the opposite of this. So instead of timesing by 100, I would divide by 100. So if I get my decimal point, it's right here, and I need to move it twice to the left. So if I divide by 10, it would be here, and divide by 100, it would be here. So my answer would be 4.3 meters. Okay everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, you can always use your multiplication and division to help you when you're converting with millimeters, centimeters and meters.